This short video was designed to provide parents with an overview of the type of information that's covered in the child sexual abuse safety programs that are offered in the schools. And because children learn through repetition, our hope is that parents will continue the conversation in the homes that will ensure children will feel safe talking about this topic with the adults that they trust.
When I turn the picture around, you're going to take a good look at it. What are you going to do if the picture is okay? Awesome. What are you going to do if the picture is not okay? Good. Okay. Through the programs, the three key messages really that we want to get across to the children are that all children have the right to say no, that if any form of abuse ever occurs, that it could never be the child's fault, and also the third one being that the most important thing that a child could do would be to tell an adult that they trust.
The main goal of child sexual abuse safety programs is keeping our children safe. And by providing education and awareness to children, parents, teachers, counselors, and school staff, we're better able as a community to respond to child sexual abuse.
Stats are showing in Canada that 1 in 4 girls will experience some form of sexual abuse before the age of 18, as well as 1 in 6 boys will experience some form of sexual abuse by the age of 18. That can be anything from being talked to in a sexual manner, to being shown inappropriate pictures, all the way up to an actual sexual assault.
By having some of these programs in the school, it presents it in a normal fashion for children because they're in a classroom setting all day long in school and they're learning. And so to take these programs into the school, it's very natural, it's very normal, and it's very positive for children to learn. They need to understand all of their body parts. They need to understand more than just stranger danger. We talk to our children, what if a car pulled up and this man opened a door and asked you to get in, what would you do? And we're very emphatic as parents, like you do not get in a car with strangers. You do not leave the park with someone that you don't know. But we don't talk to our children about what happens if somebody is touching you in your private area. We don't help our children understand that even though our private areas are part of our body, it's not okay for people to touch them. We don't have those open conversations. So these programs are wonderful for children to understand the beginnings of human sexuality and our entire body.
When doing the programs in the classrooms with the kids, we have things like role plays. We'll pause the role plays. It's very interactive. We ask the kids, what should I do now? What could we do differently in this kind of situation? In certain situations, we'll get the kids to come up and we'll practice talking with the child and asking them what they would do in a certain situation. We sing songs and there's videos and there's picture cards, and it all makes it fun for the kids.
As the principal of an elementary school, I was very skeptical of a program of this caliber because of the age group that they were targeting. It is important to note, however, that the program was very effective. The children were comfortable with the 2-day process of the adult coming in and teaching them, and then on the second day having the opportunity to sit with someone in case they had any questions or needed clarification. As well, it's very important to note that early intervention is the key component to prevention and healing for all these students that have been affected.
With these programs, we're providing an opportunity for children to be educated. And these children quite often will go home and say, Mommy, this is what this lady talked to me about today. This is what I learned today. And it gives parents that segue to open the door to have those conversations.
Any sexual abuse programs that we go into the schools with or any agencies go into the schools with are definitely modified depending on the grade you're going into. So these programs can be taught to a kindergarten level, and they can also be modified up to a grade 6 level as well. The presentations that are going on in the classrooms with this age range of children is not talking about sex to the kids whatsoever. The messages that we're trying to get across to them are things like body ownership and boundaries, the fact that some secrets need to be told, and the difference between okay and not okay touches.
What's the most important thing to do if this ever happens to me or to somebody that I know? Good.
From time to time, we do receive sexual abuse disclosures or domestic violence disclosures from children. In that situation, we would just sit down with the child individually. We want to make sure that we're here for them. We're here to listen to them and anything that they want to tell us. Basically, we're just there to listen to their story. We're not there probing for answers. We're not probing for any more information than they want to give us. In order to report to Child and Family Services if we do suspect child abuse happening, we just need that small amount of information in order to make that call. In order to make a report to Child and Family Services of any kind of child abuse that you think may be happening, all you need is that suspicion. If you think that there's something going on with a child and maybe they don't want to tell you the whole story, you can still make that call to Child and Family Services and they will help you out and potentially start an investigation. If a child does happen to disclose to you the information, all you need is the story that they told you. If you wrote it down, that would be great. If not, then just as much as you can remember, that's all they need.
For child abuse and neglect in terms of reporting, we have basically two key streams of reporting in either the RCMP or Child and Family Services directly. The RCMP, of course, you can access them through their 1-800 number, or through their local office number, or by dialing 911. And for Child and Family Services, we have an office located right here in Fort McMurray, downtown Fort McMurray on Franklin Avenue. Our direct line is 780-743-7416, and when you call that number, you will get a receptionist and you can explain very briefly while you're calling. She will direct the call to what's classified as our intake unit. When you call our intake worker unit, you will get a specific worker who will take all pertinent and relevant information pertaining to your concern.